What's up, everybody? Okay. You already know how I feel about J. Cole. I think I've made this clear multiple times over the years. You'll see here, I have videos on my channel. You can search J. Cole and you will see RIP J. Cole. You're not the only one who thinks J. Cole sucks. No more J. Cole or Nicki Minaj. J. Cole fires a Kendrick on Will Delete Now. Lil Uzi Vert is better than Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. So J. Cole grippy, full reaction, and you see me like this. So look, my opinion on J. Cole is very clear. Um, and obviously, when he ducked the beef or he ducked shots from Kendrick, after sort of pretending to fire shots a little bit or say that he was that guy that you don't want to test and all that stuff on the mic, and then he ducked out. To me, that's a forever L. Okay, you can't come back from that in rap. That's a cardinal sin. It's just like I can never listen to him spit bars or pretend to yo, you don't want smoke with me as a rapper. Well, you don't want smoke with anybody, bruh. So anyway, Puerto Antonio. Let's give it a listen, okay? Look, I just want to let you know I'm giving you the real because J. Cole stands are going to be angry at me for being a hater and all that stuff. Like, if you love J. Cole, feel free to click out now. I have not heard the song. Of course, there's a video for it. I'm assuming this is a video. Oh, no, there's no video for it. Okay. Excellent. So, I'm going to listen to this bit by bit. Maybe I should pull up the lyrics. Maybe I won't. Let's see how I feel. Depends on how clear he raps. But let's see what he has to say. The hell? That was terrible. What the fuck? That was too loud. Okay, the screeching shit. That was terrible. No one is writing to this, okay? This is literal NyQuil music, okay? But of the annoying variety. Ride to it, ride to it, ride to it, ride to it, ride to it.
Young Jermaine walked the straight and narrow. Minimum wage jobs for the narrow. But still my mind was on the zeros. I fiend for the perks that was seen.
Okay, so right away, is this the Dead President's beat, right? Again? I mean, J. Cole has done this before, right? I'm pretty sure. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not, well, okay. All right, Tochi, you gotta look this up, okay, so that people don't just get mad at you. But I'm pretty sure J. Cole has rapped on Dead Presidents beats before, and I probably did it like on one of these mixtapes, Dead Presidents. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. So this is just him going back to the drawing board, doing the repetitive shit. Again, it's hard for me to take a dude seriously that is rapping over the same, like, it's, first of all, it's not even his beat, okay? It's a Jay beat, and it's like one of Jay's earliest beats. So to go back to this again, it's just like, bruh, like, have you not evolved in 10 plus years of you being in this? I mean, J. Cole has been around now since 2000. I think 2009, 2010 was kind of when he started to really kind of pop off. I mean, he was doing the Friday Night Lights 2009, right? I mean, he was a thing, I would say 2009, around that time. But the point is that we're looking at, 15 years? So why are you going back to Dead Presidents? It's not your beat. Like, it just seems like a retread. But sure, I mean, I guess it's a callback to older J. Cole fans. But again, you're calling back to a beat that that was never your beat to begin with, right? See how phony that is? And I've always said this about people like Kendrick and J. Cole that I don't like. Their whole thing is to remind me about greater rappers that came before them, right? But it's like they're the ultimate stand. They kind of are like, I have breakfast with Hove, or I have breakfast with Dre, and it's like I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Who are you as an artist, right? What's the difference between you and Steve Stout and some random non-rapper, right? You're not special, right? So anyway, that was a train, but let's see what's going on here.
Flipping birds, so we was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrows. Niggas flipping pies, spending thousands on a payroll. Shit, I wanna shine too. I want dimes too. Jealous niggas wanna know just how my rhymes blew. Mono e mono, I'm Bono, I'm you times two. Now I'm bougie, I done outgrew.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up the lyrics next because you know what? Let's see what bars this guy's dropping. I don't think he's dropping any. I will say this again. You know me, I'm a beat guy. When the beat's not hard, the reason why beats are not hard for a lot of these rappers is because it's a great way of them hiding how deficient their vocal deliveries are. And you know, the point is when you have a beat that has some sort of like presence to it, right? For example, I mean, I've said this again. You know, I play this. This is like my go-to example, right? Let's see what. Actually, I'm gonna put the instrumental so that you get an idea. This beat's so filthy. See how you gotta really stand out. J. Cole cannot rap on this beat. He'll sound so out of place because his voice isn't strong enough. You need strong voices. Strength in rap is compelling, right? Vocally. And again, okay, you can say that's Neptune's. This was 2000. Yes, this beat is 25 years old. It still knocks like crazy. It's still an amazing beat. But we could compare J. Cole to his peers. What's a peer beat? I don't know. I'll think of like Pierre Bourne. I've been playing this a lot actually recently. I'm trying to remember. There's a beat that I loved. Someone messed it up because that's typically what happens with new rappers who try to ride the Cardi train. But let me see. Ron So Cold, I think was that guy's name. I don't remember. Ron So Cold, right. It was a Pierre beat. And you'll see that in this particular instrumental. Oh, where can I not find this stupid beat? There we go.
Yo, Pierre, you
wanna come out here? See that? You need that. You need energy to pull this off, right? J. Cole can't rock this. J. Cole can't rock this. So again, you know, this is the problem with people. I don't listen to these guys for multiple reasons. I don't listen to J. Cole because I don't like his beats. His beats are trash. And just by definition of his beat selection, it's designed. It's not by accident that these beats are sleepy. It's because he's a sleepy rapper with a sleepy voice. That's why the beats are sleepy. Because he knows the moment he gets on a harder beat, he's going to be out of place. Okay, with all due respect to him. So the beats have to be sleepy, and this is why I'll never listen to J. Cole. I don't have J. Cole in my car, or Kendrick, or any of these guys. Right? Anyway.
Through the fountain blue, but never forgot the spot where I developed my plot. To dwell at the top, the veil where all my skeletons locked. If I could do it all over, then I never would swap. I seen good, I seen bad, had my melon.
Then I would never swap what? To dwelling the top, the veil where all my skeletons locked. If I could do it all over, then I would never swap. Swap what?
And mocked. I seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I was Mike in red leather trying to tell them to stop. You better beat it before you see the heavy metal get popped.
That's not a great line. It's too. See, this is the problem with this line, right? And I've said this before. First of all, I already know what he's getting at, right? It's not above me to understand what he's saying. But the point is that I was Mike Red Letter trying to get him to stop. You better beat it before you see the heavy metal get popped, right? It's too long. It's too wordy. Right? The era that I'm coming from, and again, he's able to get away with this because there's barely any fucking beat here, right? The beat is so sleepy and slow, so you can get away with just being wordier and not really having any punch to your shit. But when the beats are better, they usually have a certain punch or certain rhythm to it, and as again, So you have to be a better writer to ride those beats. This is something people don't really think about. And the point is, this is too long, and it's a the longer the sentence often when it comes to rap, the the less energy that delivery has, and the less poetic it is, because poetry is really about distilling ideas to their very core, right? It's about getting to something so simple and so core that it just hits you. It's like a shot of, I mean, I don't do drugs, but like coke in the nose, it's supposed to just like hit you. That's a real poet. A dude that's taking forever to, to get to his point, and I was Mike and Red Leather trying to get him to stop, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's not a poet, right? And then you look at what the image that this individual's, conveying. It's not that compelling, right? Now, all he had to do was like, I've seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. Okay, whatever. That line's not really special. If he then started, remove the I was, because this I was is boring. It's not even necessary. We already know that you're speaking from your first person perspective. You can say Mike in Red Leather trying to tell him stop, or trying to say stop. For example, better beat it, better beat it for the heavy metal get popped, right? Like there's a little bit more energy there. And again, on a better beat, now I'm like, okay, I can kind of relate to what you're saying. I feel it, right? It's a little stronger. But this has always been my problem with J. Cole and Kendrick and some of these writers. There's just too many words. I know this because of somebody who used to try to rap. I mean, just for fun, right? I would sit and try to write rhymes. And after a while, I figured out very quickly I was putting too many words, right? Like, and when you put too many words, it kills the energy, right? And it kills the poetry of what you're trying to say. And again, it's editing. The sharper you can get your words to just hit, and the shorter amount of words you can use to get to your point, oftentimes the better when it comes to rap. Anyway.
He was a mean ass wing with a hell of a shot. But if no team draft king, he gon' bet on the block. He wanna ball till he fall until the Federals knock, and sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with rock. You can't relate unless your father was not around, and your mother went out and found someone else and then brought around, and they salaries didn't combine. When they married and brought you out of that poverty, then you moved to a soft little part of town, so that when you back in the hood, you feel awkward about it now. Then your confidence start to drown, but the rapping gave you some positive thoughts, so you jot them down. You jot them down.
Okay. Yeah, this is not for me, man. This is that DEI music, man. Oh my God. This is that like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? You're going through mental illness. I am too. I feel, my self-esteem is low. Is your self-esteem low? Let's bond on how low our self-esteem is. It's like, I'm sorry, this is boring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, there's nothing wrong with being sad. In fact, some of the greatest songs in history, a lot of them are sad and talk about sad things. But what makes them powerful is that usually they're expressed in a way that's beautiful, and they're usually hopeful, right? There's a hopeful element, and when you had hope to a song, it makes the sadness a little less sad. Or I should say, it acknowledges the reality of sadness, but that hope element gives you that, like, because it can be better. And that's what you need. But when it's just like, I'm done in sadness, and then sadness, like, when they married, it brought you out of that poverty, moved to a little soft, blah, blah, but then you're back in the hood, you feel awkward. It's like, okay, what are we getting at here, right? This is boring.
Down. Ride to it.
And contrary to popular belief, again, this is the emo thing that has infected rap. But contrary to popular belief, brothers, I would argue, didn't get into rap to be sad. Okay, let's be honest here. Okay, like no one got into rap to be sad. Okay, we're sad enough. We got into rap to be happier, to at least distract us from the sad shit that was going on around us. Okay, so these sad songs aren't really all that hip hop to me, respectfully. And there's a way to do it. Again, I always say that you got to look at, when you think about the great rappers who have rapped sad shit, you got to look at the DMXs of the world, the Nas's of the world. They still have that rhythm to it. They still have that confidence, that there's a hope factor to what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So again, rap is party music. That's what it started at. It's like at its best, it was always party music. At its best, it's always going to be party music, right? All these people that are trying to take it into other directions, it's like, I know that it's like I listen to them and I can tell they don't care about the art form, right? Slippin' is still party music, right? It might not seem like you think about it, right? like Nas, like it's still party music. The point is, you still have to get that charisma across. You still have to get that feeling across where people can go, oh, I feel what you're saying. And there is your hopefulness, your confidence gives me, strength for a better day. But if it's just sort of like sleepy and, wallowing in it, it's not rap, man. That's freaking emo.
Ride to it, 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 ride to it. Y'all niggas ain't stopping me. 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 Yeah, Benjamin Button, cold flows, reverse time. To find deliveries good as mine, you gotta search primes. I'm scaling heights higher than birds can perch, trying to be something, hoping that peace comes to my cursed mind. One thing's for sure, that I've matured from my first rhyme. I learned long ago, you can't please them all and it hurts trying. In this game where all you've got is your name like dirt, I'm smirking at niggas trying to besmirch mine.
I'm trying to think here. Like Dirk. What's that got to do with anything? Okay. I don't care.
Absurd times where the fake get told it is wise. I can see hate in both of your eyes, but the third's blind. So you search lines, but you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the dull faces the word finds.
Speaking of double, yeah. But you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the dull face. Yeah, I am definitely dull and puzzled. Anyway, let's keep on.
I hate when raps become but like do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about to do. They instigate the fuckery because it's profitable. But singing stop the violence tunes with dudes in hospitals.
That was a weird transition. Did you guys notice that? So, can't knock it if it's about the dough. And you're like, huh? You see, that's, again, Cole is not as good as you guys think he is. One of the things that's actually, in my opinion, as a, struggled, I never had the inclinations to be a rapper. I just did it for fun. One of the tough things is you find a particular pocket in rap and you want to switch out of it, right? Like you want to switch into a new pocket, new flow, right? A new sort of rhyme scheme. And those connectors, that stuff is actually very tough to pull off and pull off well. And so when people do it, you might not notice it in, like when Nas and them do it because they're so fucking good at rapping that it's seamless. But again, this is a perfect example of someone who's changed, for example, finds, signs, and now wants to switch to dough, profitable, hospital is about to go, right? But this switch from signs to about to dough is clumsy as fuck, right? Oh man, and this is your GOAT. This is who y'all telling me that's like the hot dude in this like era.
Pulled the plug because I seen what that is about the dough. They instigate the fuckery because I hate when raps become but like do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about the dough. They instigate the
can't knock it if it's about the dough. And you're like, and like naturally you're like, you're missing a word or what? Anyway.
Fuckery because it's profitable. But singing stop the violence tunes with dudes in hospitals. I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow.
Sorry, off the top of my mind. When I see all this wall of text like I was talking about, and I know this nigga ain't saying nothing in all this wall of text, I am scared. I'm like, I'm gonna sound so hateful in this reaction. And I'm not trying to be hateful, man. I'm a lover. Like, I don't want to hate on niggas doing their thing, but it's like, you see this? All this shit? Oh my God. You know what this reminds me of? This is like, it's just so random, but this is so, this is word salad right here. This think about like the Brussels sprouts. It's not even like Brussels sprouts would be so helpful, or I should say healthy. But this is just word salad, and you're gonna have to consume the shit. Like as a kid, there's like a certain plate, and it's full of bullshit you don't want to eat, and you're looking at it, you're like, I don't want to eat that, but it's a plate, it's a full plate, and I'm gonna have to eat that.
They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost the bro. I would have gained a foe. And all for what? Just to attain some old props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for.
Well, nigga, listen. Are you about this action or not, man? What kind of stupid shit is this? You know what I'm saying? You would have gained a foe. Yes, you would have gained a foe. And that's what it means to battle, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can't be talking all this hot shit about how you're such a spitter, but you're afraid to gain a foe. Like, what the fuck is that? What is this DEI shit that these new rappers be on? You know what I'm saying? You can't eat your cake and have it. You're either about that action or you're not about that action. Like, I don't understand this, right? You think that when Nas and them were battling, like, I don't really want to gain a foe, but I want to battle. No, you gain a foe. That's the whole point of rapping, the whole point of battling. If you say you have battle raps, you are looking for foes, right? So this idea of like, well, I thought about it, but I was gonna back down because I would have gained a foe. It's like, well, then you're not a rapper, okay? Just stand off on the side and watch real niggas do this, okay?
Since the age of 14, Jermaine is no king. If that means I gotta dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media.
That's a shot. Algorithm bot niggas, right? We all know that the bots are out here. We know that Kendrick uses bots heavy for his stuff. K-bot, you know, we're familiar with this. I mean, obviously Kendrick is not the only one. People use bots for sure. This is the era. Most of the internet is full of bots, you know, lames, weirdos, all that. But it is interesting that he's actually saying it because, you know, according to the music industry, these guys love to pretend that, you know, I got 50 million streams because 50 million people like my shit. Well, no, actually, maybe like 1 million or less. Maybe, shit, if we're lucky, maybe even 500,000 like your shit. And the rest are all bots, okay?
Media competing for your favorable memes to be considered best to live and rest, the weight of both things. I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing, protecting legacies. So lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war, I walked away with all they blood on me. Now some will discredit me, try wipe away my pedigree, but please find a nigga out that's rapping this incredibly.
Yeah. Word. So again, let's see. To be considered best or live and rest, or both things. I understand the thirst of being first, protecting legacies, lines get crossed. My friends went to war. I feel like war, battle. Some will discredit, try to waive my pedigree. Well, we already, you know, you have no pedigree. But anyway, the point is, all of this could have been summarized. You know, I didn't want to smoke. I didn't want to lose a friend. You could have just said that, okay, and saved us, what, jeez, countless bars. But let's keep going.
My dog texted me, I share the words he said to me. If you refuse to shoot the gun, don't mean the gun ain't deadly. I guess in that metaphor, hyper.
What? Oh, okay. So this is some half-hearted attempt at Cole saying, just because I ain't bust at you doesn't mean that, you know, that I'm not deadly. But it's like, Cole, you've been talking this whole shit about how you're gonna bust, right? But then you didn't. So we look at you as a coward punk. It's not the same thing, right? It's not the same thing as a dude who's standing there. Again, you know, I know that, you know, Cole, to maybe his simple-minded audience, they might just buy into the shit. But there's a huge difference between a guy who you try to test and the dude is not responding to you or says, nah, whatever, you know. And was never talking that hard shit. And you can tell, okay, you know what? This guy's probably a killer. He just doesn't want to fuck up your life. And so he's not responding. There's a huge difference between that someone who's, you know, essentially selling wolf tickets and being like, yo, I get it in. And then when it's time to get it in, they're nowhere to be found. That's the latter, and that's where J. Cole falls into.
Aesthetically, the gun is me. I texted back like, guess a gun ain't what I'm trying to be, my nigga. They stripped me of my spot and now I'm finally free, my nigga. They say I'm picking sides, they don't you lie on me, my nigga. To start another war, hey Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga. Fuck all the niggas.
Too many niggas, okay? Just too many, okay? What is this like? This niggathon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am not, you know, that's too much, man, okay? Like, I've always never, you know, and to be honest with you, it's like one of those pet peeves. It's not just J. Cole. This goes back to even people in the 90s. Like, I just don't like when people rhyme nigga with nigga. It's like the most basic shit ever. You know what I'm saying? First of all, because I don't really like the word being out there all that much, obviously, but that's number one. Number two, it's just so lazy. You know what I'm saying? And again, on a hard beat, I can kind of get away with it maybe. But if I know that your audience, especially, is white, and you're talking to a white audience, and you're like, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga, there's a way it just makes me like cringe. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Narratives, tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. Reminding these folks why we do it. It's not for beefing, it's for speaking our thoughts, pushing ourselves, reaching the charts, reaching your minds, deep in your hearts, creeping to find emotions to touch, something inside to open you up, help you cope with the rough times and shit. I'm sending love cause we ain't prime and shit. My nigga, y'all niggas.
My nigga, y'all nigga, okay, y'all, okay, whatever. Okay, so that's that's that. A lot of word salad. Okay, I don't actually, it's really interesting. I have just done this reaction, and I actually don't remember a bar that he said off the top of my head. I'm trying to think. What did he say in here that I'm going to remember that stuck out? Jesus Christ. It's like that. Because again, you know, rap is about how you say things. It's not really about what you say. It's about how you say things. If you say things in a certain way, we don't believe you. You need more people, right? If you say a certain way on a certain beat, right away. There's rap records that a lot of people consider to be classic now. The first time I heard them, I remembered a whole, like maybe not a whole verse, but I certainly remembered certain things that they said, right? You a slave, you know, they shooting, oh, made you look. You a slave to a page in my rhyme book. Like, the first time I heard that, it stuck. Because it's just like, whoa, what the fuck did this... Obviously, the way Nas said it was fly, but like, it's like, on top of that, what did this person just say? But with J. Cole, off the top of my head, I am trying to remember what he has just said, and I cannot remember that shit. This guy is not a lyricist, man. I know you guys will say he's one of the top three. I think Cardi got better rhymes than this nigga, you know? She's singing my songs. She want to dial it. And on that note, I say peace.